What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Today, guys, I'm going to talk about a story, man, a sad one at that, and it's about this woman right here from Jacksonville, Florida. Shout out Jacksonville. This lady right here is in her 60s, and her name is Cassandra Brown. May she rest in peace. God bless her. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman, this past Friday, was sitting out in front of a house outside with a bunch of friends, and an unknown gunman came up to her and shot her in the head while she was sitting there chilling. Now, there's a backstory behind this, and I'll show it to you in a series of videos I'm going to show you. And this is just some cowardly stuff. Listen, when you go out here and you know somebody's after you, or somebody could be trying to hurt you, sometimes it's good to switch up your MO. You know what I'm saying? And your daily habits. Take a look at this.
Back here on the First Coast, we have new details tonight. We now know the identity of a woman shot in the head late Friday night. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office has identified the victim as Cassandra Brown, a woman in her 60s. And tonight, a $3,000 reward is being offered for information leading to an arrest in this killing. Our Christina Burgess joins us live outside the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office tonight. And Christina, I know you were at the scene of where that shooting happened, and you've been speaking with her friends today.
Yeah, Heather, Cassandra Brown's friends called her shoddy, and they say that she's the type of person that was able to cheer you up when you needed it the most, or she had your back in a time of need. Her loss has shaken her entire community.
Yeah, wonderful person. Community gonna miss her. Community gonna miss her. Community really gonna miss her.
Roderick Dorsey left with only the memories of his lifelong friend, Cassandra Brown.
Started with a good person. Good person.
Shoddy, as everyone called her, was shot in the head and killed Friday night on Growth Street, according to police. Investigators say a shot spotter notification alerted officers of the shooting. Friends who were here say she was listening to music and hanging out with people, something she always did.
Started with a fun-loving person. The average person that was around Shorty, they were around Shorty because she was Shorty. Shorty can come sit down right here and sit right there, mind on business, and before you know it, it's a table full of people sitting around her. They playing cards, talking trash. They sitting over doing their thing, have a little drink here and there. And she was a cool person.
Yeah. Friends like Dorsey say she was the kind of person who could bring people together.
Shorty. And then one Shorty. Shorty.
Now they're left with heartbreak and questions.
And my heart goes out to her family. They are devastated. If you know something, say something.
And Shoddy's friends tell me that they plan on having a barbecue in her memory on Juneteenth. Police have not released a motive or named a suspect at this time. They're asking anyone with information about this shooting to contact them at Crime Stoppers at 1-866-845-TIPS. Reporting live in front of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, Christina Burgess, First Coast News.
Right now at 5, she was sitting in a chair on the sidewalk when a person shot her in the head. A memorial for Cassandra Brown grows in Jacksonville's north side after she was killed during a block party over the weekend. Friends of Brown say that she was someone who was always willing to help anyone in need.
And tonight we're hearing from her son, who's one of many people asking for answers and seeking justice. News 4 Jax reporter Yvette Sanchez gives us his message. He says this should have never happened.
My mom is not a random murderer. She's not a random murderer. She's a murder victim because the state attorney's office and the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office failed her.
Calvin Brown is distraught after his mother, Cassandra Brown, was shot in the head while sitting in a chair on the sidewalk at the intersection of Growth and Everson Street during a block party.
That is an everyday scene. They gather there, about 75 to 100 plus people every day, listening to music, playing cards, smoking, drinking, laughing, dancing every day.
Calvin claims the shooting was retaliation against his mother, who testified in a shooting case on the same street back in 2024 that put that person behind bars for 30 years. Now, Calvin says he thinks his mother's death is directly connected to her testifying in the case.
The dude chasing my mama around my cousin's car in that same location that she was shot and killed at.
Now,
with guns. he had came to our house. And this is why my mom packed up things and moved. This individual came to my mama's front door. This is the individual who sent threats from the jailhouse that he was going to kill my mama and the other lady who witnessed it.
According to Calvin, JSO was called each time there was an altercation or problem with the individual, who News4Jax is not naming, and police reports were made. We reached out to JSO and the state attorney's office regarding all of Calvin's claims. JSO says the investigation is ongoing and detectives continue to work diligently. Please note, next of kin notification was also made on this incident. We have yet to hear from the state attorney's office. Calvin says he believes there should have been more protection in place for his mother. So we spoke with crime expert Tom Hackney, and he says while there is protection for witnesses, the state level isn't as robust as it would be for federal trial.
It would be some protection before or during a trial, even to the point of potentially providing some security for them at their locations. But that all typically is surrounded with a trial. And once that trial happens, that coverage or protection usually kind of wanes away depending on the level of threats.
Hackney says that when being a witness, you have to take into consideration that law enforcement can help with that protection. But unfortunately, it's not a lifetime level of protection.
So you want somebody to come forward, and law enforcement, I spent 30 years coming to the media saying, hey, come forward if you know something, but there's a real life aspect to that exists of there could be harm that you're in the way of because of your testimony.
Calvin says he spoke to his mother about staying away from the area after he learned of the altercations after her testimony. But he says his mom was strong-willed and a happy-go-lucky person.
And she said, baby, don't worry about me. I'm all right. She said, I'm all right. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. Ain't nobody gonna hurt me. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. I said, Mom, if this man does something to you, if anybody does anything to you, what am I supposed to do? You already know what I'm gonna do. So please stay from up there. She said, baby, ain't nobody gonna tell me how I'm supposed to live my life, where I'm supposed to go, or where I'm supposed to be at. And my mom has been that way her whole entire life.
In Jacksonville, Yvette Sanchez, Channel 4, the local station.
That right there is awful. That's as awful as you can get. Now, I'm going to talk about 2 or 3 things in this video with you guys. I'm going to be serious with you. First thing is this. This woman witnessed a woman shoot somebody, and the woman wound up getting 30 years because she helped testify against the woman. After that, a man related to the woman, I don't know if it was a brother, boyfriend, husband, made threats against her and tried to kill her multiple times, twice. The third time, he got her. Now, one time he went to the house, knocked right on the door. Another time, their son said he was chasing her around the car, her and another woman, he threatened to kill as witnesses that testified with a gun. Son was saying, hey, Mom, don't be hanging around there. Don't be, you know what I'm saying? She should have listened to her kid. And it's awful. Don't get me wrong. It's awful what happened to this woman. One thing about what he said, I disagree with when he said, oh, the sheriff and the state, they failed her. No, your mom failed herself. Just like they said, a state witness is different than a Fed witness. You know what I'm saying? Once you get done with the trial, they just done with you. I'm more than sure she knew that. See, the thing is, she wasn't scared, and she wasn't worrying about the state taking care of her or the sheriff's watching her back. She was just interested in going out there and being among friends and getting her life back in order. I mean, it was an attraction of being out there. That's where she used to live. That's where her friends are. She went out there and hung out. That's a choice she solely made. And it cost her big. And it's upsetting. It is. Nobody has the right to go out like that. That's as crazy as it gets. But I mean, sometimes you got to listen. She said to her son, ain't nobody going to do nothing to me. I ain't gonna do this. Ain't nobody gonna. Sometimes you gotta listen. You know what I'm saying? You could be a tough-spirited person. Like he said, she was strong-minded, meaning she ain't want to hear nothing except what she wanted to say. But I mean, sometimes, man, the older you get, man, people don't have compassion like they did a long time ago. And a lot of people don't have no coof where they won't shoot you in front of a group of people and dare somebody to do it. This is a new time, new era, new criminal, and new type of savage. It's unfortunate this happened to her. She was sitting out there, somebody walked up on her and just blew her head off. That's not cool at all. 60-something-year-old woman. You kidding me? All because they did the right thing and spoke about what they saw with a woman that wasn't supposed to be doing that type of stuff in the first place. That's the thing, man. Everybody that's out here doing dirt now in the street, for everybody else to witness, everybody's supposed to act like they ain't seen it. It's upsetting what happened to this lady, man. But what's more upsetting is it could have been avoided. She could have just listened to a kid, man. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Why they ain't show the coward's name? Why they got his name looked out? They know who it is. And that's the thing. She knows who this guy is. If she knew that the police wasn't really doing nothing after they checked into it the first time, I would have never went back around there. Sometimes we got to be smart. We got to be smart. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.